I therefore place the remaining years of my life in your hands. Wow, what a statement, right? Those are the words of a man stepping into freedom after 27 years behind bars, and his first act is to put his future in the hands of his people. It's this incredible mix of surrender and total triumph, a moment that just stopped the entire planet. And that's exactly the kind of thing we're diving into today. Welcome. Today, we're talking about those incredibly rare events. You know, the triumphs, the tragedies, the absolute shocks that make billions of us all at once just stop. Stop what we're doing, look up, and share a single global moment. And these moments, they're so much more than just dates in a history book. They become these huge landmarks in our collective memory. You know the ones I'm talking about, the where were you when moments. They literally draw a line in the sand of time. Suddenly there's a before and there's an after, and things are just never quite the same. So let's get into it. What actually makes an event so big that it cuts through all the noise and puts the entire world on pause? So what is it? Well, it turns out there are a few key ingredients. And maybe the most powerful one is our shared ability to feel shock and grief. We're talking about those sudden, totally unexpected events that are just so jarring they grab our attention and they do not let go. Yeah, it's these tough moments that, strangely enough, can bind us together the most. Why? Because they hit on something universal, something deeply human, a tragedy that we all watch unfold in real time. Well, that has a power that just blows past borders, politics, all of it. I mean, just think about September 11th, 2001. That wasn't just one moment, was it? It was this cascade of horror unfolding live on our screens. For hours, the entire world was just glued, watching in total disbelief as it all went down. It created this shared global feeling that, wow, we're all vulnerable. And in the end, this stark, heartbreaking number, nearly 3,000 people. That number took the abstract horror we were all watching and made it painfully real. It just seared itself into the world's memory. But you know, some tragedies, they don't reveal their full horror all at once. Take Chernobyl. The initial shock was huge, of course, but then there was the secrecy. The official report from the Soviet Union, just 31 deaths. It was only later that the world learned the real, horrifying truth that an invisible poison was spreading and the real death toll would keep climbing for decades. And then there are the times the world stops for just one person. The single shot that killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand, it lit the fuse for a world war. JFK's assassination came as this sudden flash of news that left an entire nation stunned. And John Lennon? His murder was so out of the blue that it was announced live during Monday Night Football. Talk about a surreal moment where real life just crashes into your entertainment. Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom, thank goodness, right? The world also hits pause for these incredible moments of pure joy, of hope, of unbelievable human achievement. These are the events that remind us, hey, look what we can do when we come together. Like in 1989, the whole world just watched, completely captivated, as regular people did something incredible. They swarmed the Berlin Wall, this huge, ugly symbol of the Cold War, and they just started tearing it down, with hammers, with picks, with their bare hands. And just like that, a physical wall and a massive ideological divide just crumbled live on TV. Go back 20 years before that to 1969. All of humanity together just held its breath and looked up at the sky. For the very first time, one of us, a human being, was stepping onto another world. Neil Armstrong's one small step was just a moment of pure shared awe, a testament to what we were capable of. And then 1990. After 27 long years in prison, Nelson Mandela walked free. And that's when he said those words we started with. I therefore place the remaining years of my life in your hands. His release, that wasn't just about one man. It was a symbol for the entire world, a huge beacon of hope for justice. And just think about this number. 650 million people in 1969. That's just staggering. It was one of the very first times in history that the entire world shared the exact same experience at the exact same time. For a little while, our whole planet was just one giant living room, everyone united in pure wonder. Or how about the election of the first Black U.S. president? That definitely stopped the world.
The emotional reaction was just huge, and it was global. You had people celebrating in the streets of Chicago, dancing in Kenya, everywhere. For so many, it felt like history was turning a page, a powerful, powerful symbol of progress.
But of course, there's a common thread here, right? None of this happens, not on a global scale, without the technology that brings it to us. The media isn't just a reporter in these moments. It's more like a giant magnifying glass, shaping how we all experience it. And watching how that technology has evolved is kind of wild. First, we're hearing a reporter's shaky voice on the radio describing a disaster. Then, boom, live television lets us watch history as it happens. After that, we get 24/7 cable news, which can pick apart a single event for days on end. And now an explosion in Beirut goes viral on millions of phones before a single news van can even get there. The time between something happening and the whole world knowing, it's basically zero. Just think about the difference in how we experience a disaster. The Titanic sinks, and the world finds out slowly, through these little crackling telegraph messages. It's a story you hear about after it's all over. Fast forward to the Challenger disaster. Millions of people, kids in their classrooms, watch a symbol of American pride and hope just explode in real time. The emotional gut punch is just on a whole other level. So all of this brings us to a really important question about right now. In this world where we're all hyper-connected, but at the same time feel more and more divided, can a moment like this still even happen? Can we all still share one experience? I mean, think about it. We don't all gather around one TV anymore, do we? We're all in our own little worlds of personalized feeds, endless streaming choices, and news bubbles designed just for us. It's a really fractured landscape, and that makes the whole idea of a single, shared global moment pretty tricky. And all these forces are actively pulling us apart. A huge climate disaster can be the only thing anyone talks about for a week, and then it's gone. A major political event happens, and depending on where you get your news, it's either a national tragedy or a heroic protest. In some countries, major historical events are just wiped from the record. It's just so much harder for one single story to cut through all that noise and reach everyone in the same way. So, that leaves us here. Another moment that stops the world. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. But the big question is, how will we see it? Will we experience it together as one global community? Or will we each see our own version of it through a million different fractured, personalized screens? The answer to that, whenever it comes, is really going to tell us a lot about who we are now.